This afternoon in the MVFC, the North Dakota Fighting Hawks are rolling, having won 3 straight behind first-year starting quarterback Jerry Kaminsky. Nick Hill's SIU Salukis are trying to get the run game going again after a loss last week at NDSU. It's a ranked matchup next. Carbondale, Illinois is home to the MVFC Game of the Week, and perhaps the best game on the FCS slate today. It's the number 9 North Dakota Fighting Hawks off the bus to take on the 12th ranked SIU Salukis. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. With Carrie Martin, I'm Larry Larson. And Carrie, come playoff time, today's game could be the signature win that either of these teams need to get in.
So true, and there's so little room for error in this MVC schedule, so this is a big ball game for both teams.
As we take a look at the standings, you want to be in the top 4 or 5 come the end of the schedule.
Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of room for error. This is a big game for both teams. Even though it's middle of the season, these games count.
Absolutely. As we take a look at one of the focal points of today's matchup, it's the quarterbacks. These are 2 good aviation schools, Kerry. Go figure both these quarterbacks can get it done through the air. Jerry Kaminsky has been productive without being destructive.
Yeah, he's really polished. He's savvy is a word you used earlier. I think that's really important. He manages the offense well. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. 1 pick all season long, 17 touchdowns. He's efficient.
And DJ Williams has been an incredible dual threat.
Yeah, DJ is DJ, and he'll make things happen today, I'm sure, for the Salukis.
Kickoff today was pushed up because of the weather. It was originally scheduled for a 2 p.m. kick, but we moved up to noon just in case. And right now, bright, sunny sunshine, Kerry.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a good shot at beating the inclement weather that may be coming, but I guarantee these 2 teams are awake and ready.
For more on SIU's uniforms, here's Eli Hoover. Technical difficulties. We'll hear from Eli in a bit as the opening kickoff is booted through the end zone for a touchback. So DJ Williams, one of the very best dual threat quarterbacks in the entire FCS, will line up his offense at the 25-yard line.
Well, we talked last time we had a broadcast about the importance of getting off to a good start, and the Salukis are really good at getting off to a good start. So they tend to score on the opening drive every time they play, and they need to get that kind of start again today against a good North Dakota team.
Williams and company coming off one of their slowest games of the season last week at North Dakota State, held to just 17 points. Williams throws on the first down and connects with Jay Jones, a pickup of 6.
Good start, good timing route, get a little hitch route, get the offense going. We're going to talk later, but it's imperative. First down's a big down for the Salukis, and it really opens the playbook for Coach Hill and for DJ Williams.
Williams out there with Chandler Chapman. The JUCO transfer pushes forward for a gain of maybe a half-yard. Montre Samuels-Parker, the senior defensive tackle, in there to wrap him up. 3rd down and short on the opening drive for SIU.
Salukis have been good on 3rd down all year. I mean, they're one of the highest-ranked 3rd down conversion teams in the nation, and so that's going to be huge today against sustaining drives against this good North Dakota defense that's been great against the run all season long.
Harry, you mentioned that 3rd down percentage. How about 53%? A lot of it thanks to that guy, number 1 in black. Williams, the senior from Harvey, Illinois, started his career at Murray State. Here comes the rush. Hangs in the pocket, and the pass is incomplete over the middle. And North Dakota's defense buckles down. The Salukis are going to punt. It's 4 and out. So Paul Halen, one of the best punters in the Valley, along with North Dakota's punter, Luke Silvernail, will give it the boot. But he is a fake threat. Got to look out. A great athlete.
Tremendous athlete. Can do about anything.
Halen will swing the leg. A spiraling kick back to Zach Lewis, the transfer from Northern Arizona. Lewis is dangerous. Stays on his feet wrapped up at the ankles at the 45-yard line. So juicy starting field position for North Dakota and their first-year starting quarterback, Jerry Kaminsky. Just a sophomore, Carey, but he's the Valley's leading touchdown thrower.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. I mean, just the way he runs the offense, the decisions he makes in the pocket on the run. He's a cool customer. And boy, I mean, they found something in this young man. And talking to their coaching staff, they say he's as good off the field as he is on the field.
They love the way that he knows the offense inside and out. And boy, is it shown in those numbers. The number that jumps off, 1 interception. Hard count. Empty backfield, throw to the outside for the favorite target, B.J. Fleming, is wide.
Pressure by the Salukis on him is going to be important because, as I said, he's very good in the pocket. He's pretty good on the move as well. They're going to need to get pressure to hurry some throws just like they did there.
I will get to the truck. We're going to retest talkback. I'll call you.
Kaminsky in the backfield with Xavier Lee. Pass complete over the middle. That's Nate DeMontenac, the 5-year Fighting Hawk. Medium gain brings up 3rd down and about 5.
Second leading target. I mean, he's a guy that's going to be a threat all day long.
Well, North Dakota's coaching staff really happy with where the offense is, but this is a spot where they want to improve on 3rd down. Only 37% for the year. Kaminsky will throw over the middle again, and he connects with Watson Hafer. The tight end in a crowded room has jumped out after transferring in from Missouri State. And a Saluki is down. We'll take an injury timeout as North Dakota moves the chains on their first drive. So we will stay here. And Carey, one of the big headlines for SIU was the heart of the defense struggling with injury a little bit. Chris Presto, the usual Bear starting linebacker, out today. Andrew Boehm has missed the last 2 games. This is a Saluki defense that's a little tattered up.
You know, Nick Hill's a big guy on the next man up philosophy.
We'll send it to a break.
The 2026 USA Special Olympic Games are scheduled to take place the week of June 20th through the 26th at the University of Minnesota. Region K has 4 athletes representing Team USA. The Special Olympic USA Games is a monumental celebration of ability and inclusion set against the backdrop of the beautiful Twin Cities. There will be over 3,000 athletes and 1,500 coaches representing all 50 states, engaging in 16 team and individual sports, both traditional and unified. This event will be supported by a dedicated team of 10,000 volunteers. And
now we're ready to hear from Mr. Eli Hoover down on the sidelines.
Yeah, Larry, this is much more than a football game for a lot of people here in Carbondale. It's the annual Blackout Cancer Game. SIU wearing black jerseys behind me here. They're raising money for SIH Cancer Foundation. They raise thousands of dollars every year. One of the names that's on quite a few of these jerseys this year is Sharon Light, former director of football operations, who passed away late this summer, early this fall. Also the wife of Roger Light, who was the Saluki chaplain for quite a long time for both basketball and football.
Yeah, thanks for that, Eli. It's such a great cause. Every year you see it for men's and women's basketball and for football. Folks can bid to have jersey names of loved ones above the numbers.
It's a great cause. I know a lot of high schools in our area, including the one that I coached at, borrowed from that idea and went to a pink out game to raise money for the same type of cause for cancer survivors and people suffering from cancer. So it's a really cool thing. Something bigger than just the game itself.
C.J. Parson was the injured Saluki. After North Dakota moved the chains with tight end Watson Hafer to keep it on the ground for the first time. Up the gut, it's the standout sophomore running back Sawyer Seidel.
Well, they speak highly of him when you talk to their coaching staff, you talk to the people from North Dakota. They really like him. They think he's got a great future. Catch the ball, run the ball, he can do about everything.
Seidel was big in the kick return game last year as a freshman, but now he's more of a true third down back. Hoskins, the man in motion. Kaminsky off the hard count, gives to Hoskins on the jet sweep, bounces to the outside, brings up third down and short for the Fighting Hawks. They were able to extend the drive on that last third down. We'll see what they dial up here with offensive coordinator Isaac Frichte in his second season.
You know, Coach Frichte really gets the ball to a lot of people, throwing and running. I mean, he has a lot of depth on that offensive side and gets the ball, gets a lot of people involved in the ball game.
They give to Seidel here. He's got a big hole. Seidel upended into a somersault at the 30-yard line.
They call that offensive line the moving company. I think 4 of the 5 are back from last year. I believe that's right, and they're really good up front. This will be a great battle between their offensive line in the trenches against the Saluki defensive line.
When you've got highly ranked matchups like this, so often it does come down to the trench.
It really does. I mean, as much as we love and people talk about all the pretty stuff out there, the motions and the throwing the ball, it can come down to those guys up front.
Nobody flinching off the hard count. Seidel, this time swallowed up. Saluki defense, Shug Walker up from linebacker, showing off his nameplate.
What a valuable player he is. He can do a lot of things. He brings an unbelievable energy, his character. He's just a guy that you want on your football team, not just on the field, but on that sideline every day.
Was a huge contributor last year with Colin Bohannick and Andrew Boehm injured. Seidel, another carry, looking for a hole at left guard, and the door is closed. SIU's run defense standing tall as North Dakota tries to get into the red zone.
You said it earlier. This is going to come down to probably what happens up front. And then going back to your earlier point, third down conversions have been a challenge for North Dakota. They've been pretty good so far on this drive. We'll see what happens here.
It's something that Isaac Frichte mentions over and over and over in press conferences throughout the week. He wants better conversions on third down. Can they get another one? Seidel will! Seidel looking for the end zone. He's got it. North Dakota on the board first.
When they talk about him, they talk about being explosive. He's shown that so far in this opening quarter, that this kid can really burst and not then break some tackles. He's good in open field and inside run.
Moving company opened the door that time.
Boy, just give him a little space and he can make things happen. And takes a bow.
Take a bow, young man. A different kicker on for North Dakota today. Sent through by Kenton Laffman, a redshirt freshman from Kansas, as C.J. Elric does not boot the extra point, the regular kicker for North Dakota. The Fighting Hawks come to Carbondale and get on the board first, thanks to the ground game and Sawyer Seidel.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something.
That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 3.4 billion meals to families in America. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Romwell Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romward pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It is so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at romwardchevy.com and we'll send you home happy.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, time flies. And now, thanks to Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois, you can too. Starting at just $69 one way with Contour Airlines. Save money and time with daily flights, free parking, fast boarding, and only 1 hour flight times between Southern Illinois and Chicago O'Hare. So maximize your time and speed things up by visiting veteransairport.com because time flies. Rules and restrictions apply.
Well, a trademark of North Dakota's offense has been spreading the wealth this season, but on that first drive carry, they fed Sawyer Seidel, and it pays off in the form of a 28-yard touchdown.
Some guys just have a feel on certain days, maybe in a certain drive, and right now it looked like Sawyer Seidel had that feel.
5 rushes, 48 yards. And Loftman sends it into the end zone for the second touchback of the day. So SIU was held without points on their opening drive for the first time this season. And now it's all about responding. Let's take a look at today's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Vic Koenig Chevrolet, home of the lifetime powertrain coverage.
Big part of North Dakota is establishing the run game, which they just did early on, and I think that's going to be a key for them all day long, is making sure that that makes Kaminsky even more dangerous when you've got that run game and the play action to set up off of it.
So we'll see if the Salukis can get that run game going. Vincent Davis, very much involved in the receiving game. The Salukis' top wide receiver reels in a first down catch. Davis just was not able to really get going last week at North Dakota State. The Bison did a really nice job against him. 3 receptions, 43 yards. That's a slow day for Vincent. Williams on the keeper. Takes a slide before the sticks. Productive pickup on second down, third down and short.
When the Salukis can mix up the run and the pass and have that defense a little bit off balance, they are at their best. They want to stay out of predictable downs that are going to be obviously passing situations.
Salukis have Edward Robinson out there, the sophomore from Ohio. Play action. Williams throws to the sideline. A lot of contact, no flags. Good coverage from Antonio Blewett, junior quarterback, who's done a really nice job, was matched up against Max Tomczak for Youngstown State last week, one of the best receivers in the conference, and now he gets it done against Davis. So back-to-back 3 and outs for SIU to open the ball game.
Yeah, and a team that on the other side of things has been really good on third down, and now they're 0 for 2 tonight already.
Halen almost had it blocked. Lewis lets it bounce, and it takes a tumble to the 35. So an opportunity for North Dakota to go up 2 scores early on the road.
Always hate to really put too much pressure on the team in the early first quarter, you know, in our second drive of the game, but it's important when you play a team like North Dakota not to let them get that 2 and 3 score lead, and coming back against teams like this is so tough, especially as good as they are on defense. But Saluki defense has got to do a job here and get that football back for their offense.
Saluki's defense has really struggled against the run carry. Did so last week and the week before against Indiana State. They've allowed 260 yards or more in each of the last 2 games. Led up that rushing touchdown on the first series for North Dakota. They keep it on the ground with Gavin Zebarth. He wrestles his way forward. A 5-yard run on first down. Zebarth was probably the guy a lot of people expected to be the top back for North Dakota, but he's got a little more of a short yardage role, and he's thrived in that role.
I think in this day and age in football, most teams are looking for 2 backs at least. Maybe a third down guy, a third down back to come in and be a pass catcher, but a lot of teams aren't comfortable with that 1 back anymore. They like to have a couple of different guys they can work in, and they certainly have it.
They go with Lee. Back splits out wide now. And this is Simon Rumfo out of the Wildcat, but laundry on the field. False start on the Fighting Hawk. So Kaminsky will come back on. Simon Rumfo, who started all last season at quarterback for North Dakota, comes off.
Another example of them using someone else, get their hands on the football. You never know when you might need them. You know, get them involved in the offense, get them involved in the game early.
The stat that really sums it up, Kerry, Kaminsky has completed a pass to at least 8 receivers every single game this year.
That's pretty impressive.
He hands off again. Z-Barth swimming his way forward in traffic. 4-yard gain. 3rd down and about 6 coming up.
Saluki defense did a nice job so far. You know, as we said earlier, the moving company up front for North Dakota has been great at moving people off the ball, but SIU much better job that time.
Fighting Hawks, 3 of 3 on 3rd down so far. Kaminsky over the middle, incomplete. Jeremiah McClendon in coverage on Caden Dennis. The Salukis get that coveted 3rd down stop.
Yeah, that was great coverage by Jeremiah. Boy, he was right there. You could see it coming. You could see him coming up, making the play, getting the hand inside, knocking it away, and that's a big stop for Saluki defense.
McClendon has been one of the highest graded defensive players on the Saluki defense all season long. Very easy to see why.
Great anticipation, didn't get there too early and get the PI, you know, knew how to kind of sit back and then make his break when he saw the quarterback's eyes.
Silvernail sends it away. It's received inside the 10. Tamario is pushed backwards, back towards the 10. What do you think of that choice to catch that ball, Kerry?
Well, it's in that no man's land. That 10-yard line is kind of that no man's land of what do I do? Do I catch it? Do I let it go? He chose to catch it.
DJ Williams and company coming back out next. Quarterback here at SIU trying to get his offense to snap out of it. A rare slow start for them. Salukis start on the ground inside their own 15. Edward Robinson not able to get much.
Stingy. North Dakota been stingy on defense right now, and they're doing just what they want to do. Force the Salukis into some passing situation.
That was Chandler Chapman, the back out there. He'll get another carry, keeping the legs moving. A little more productive that time, but it brings up 3rd down and about 4, and the Salukis have been in 3 of these spots on their first 3 drives.
Yeah, top run defense in the Missouri Valley Conference, average 95.5 rush yards per game. That's pretty dang good, and that's 6th in the FCS overall. So Salukis may have to look at throwing the ball to open up the run a little bit. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you got to throw it to run it.
They'll go empty set with Williams here. We talk a lot about DJ's legs, but boy, he's got a big arm. 2:04 to open the ball game. They go short pass out to Mario. He's got a block, whirling forward. It is going to be very close.
That spot's going to be important. I think I saw a head nod. I think they're a little bit short.
It is going to be 4th and inches.
Nope.
No, they move the chains late. Williams back to throw. Throws left. More contact over the receiver, over the defense. Incomplete.
A little confusing. You're right. The chains moved late on that. I thought it was going to be a 4th and short. Ends up being, I guess, a 1st and 10. Salukis seem to be looking for something on that far sideline. They've had really good coverage, tight coverage both times. I'm not sure what they're trying to get, what they see there, but they're adamant they want to get something on that sideline.
3 receivers left. Here's Edward Robinson churning forward. It's been a lot of short yardage runs for SIU. Productive. They've been moving forward, but they just haven't been able to get that big play on the ground that they've seemed to find in so many games this year. Robinson rushed for 25 yards last week at #1 North Dakota State. Another 3rd down here. More of a clear passing down this time. Rush coming. Williams throws quick. Finds his favorite target in Davis. He stays on his feet, and it's going to be another close one. That time he got it.
Going to send the chains down early this time. So, yeah. Again, those little short, that's an extension of the running game, getting the ball out of those fast screens, sometimes you just need, for a guy like that, just one block, and you might be able to pick up 6 or 7 yards. If you get a missed tackle, you might get more than that.
And that's a good way to get the quarterback going.
It really is. And, offense is rhythm. We talked to Coach Hill about that. That's the kind of thing that gives an offense a rhythm.
Jay Jones on the pitch. Jones keeps churning forward. He's ripped down at the 40, but the ball is out. SIU covered it up. Jones had a fumble last week. The Salukis' turnovers loomed large in that big loss at NDSU.
Because they've got some rhythm now, and because 1st down was solid, now they can look at doing tempo, which the Salukis like to go tempo, and again, speed things up a little bit, wear that defense down a bit.
There's that tempo again with Chapman bouncing to the outside, and he's popped, but it moves the chains.
Let's see if they stay in that tempo mode right here.
How do you decide as a coach when to go tempo?
Great question. Some coaches prefer to do it after a 1st down or after a big play or after a gain of 5 or 4 yards. It depends on your team. So I've had teams that were really good in it from the beginning, and I've had teams that needed to kind of get some flow, get some movement. I think a lot of times it's just a feel for what your team can do.
Williams looking for McCray. He finds him. Good tackle one-on-one. Could have been a big play. But it was Jai Martin up from free safety to prevent it.
Yeah, great timing route. Get the ball out early, almost right before the break. It was a nice throw, a nice catch. And like you said, that could have been big if it weren't for that short tackle.
McCray, the 7th-year senior, native of Chicago, also spent time at Jackson State and Northern Illinois throughout his career. Just a guy who has played a ton of football, and him and Williams have great chemistry. Split back set. It's Robinson who gets the carry. And it's going to be 3rd down and short.
Staying committed to the run game, which I think matters, is important. I think also, as their passing game is kind of having some success, they soften that defensive front up a little bit.
Williams will go from the gun. 3rd down and 1.
Tight end set.
And a flag down. Who jumped? SIU did.
False start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So the Salukis do North Dakota a favor. 3rd down and 6 now.
Pre-snap penalties. Driving offense is so crazy. You know, it's tough enough driving the ball and sustaining drives. You don't want to hurt yourself.
So they move from that heavier set now to more of a spread set. Speed players back in, including Davis and McCray. Williams in the pistol. It's a screen, lofted out. It's Miles Marshall for the 1st down.
I see the play action right there. You know, you don't know what kind of worried about DJ on one side. They're afraid of that run threat. Makes a little play action fake. Gets that ball out quick. And lets a guy that's been looking for some playing time and has it because of an injury to Swindeman and gets a big play for the Salute.
Yeah, Marshall, a guy who spent most of his first 2 seasons on special teams, getting a chance today with Ryan Schwindeman out for a few weeks. 1st down inside Fighting Hawks territory. The ball was batted at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete.
With that old adage, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. You see it a lot. You see those balls getting tipped, forcing the quarterback to find a different passing lane. It matters.
This is a new defensive formation this season for North Dakota under Eric Schmidt, an ND alum. It's a 4-2-5. And when you think 5 defensive backs, you might think, oh, they must be really good at preventing the pass. But really, that run defense, as we've talked about, has been the hallmark for them. Williams on the swing pass. Connects.
Sometimes it's that 4-2-5, but that 5, there's a guy out there that is probably a hybrid that can come down and play the run hard. He might come down and play off the edge a little bit. So he's that linebacker DB kind of guy that if you've got that guy, that can be a big weapon for you on defense.
After the Tay Mario catch, it's 3rd down, and it looks like 9. Here comes the rush. Free man over the middle. Williams. It was tipped and eventually caught by Edward Robinson. Nearly went for an interception for Grant Noland.
That was dangerous. I'm sure the Salute faithful here gasped when they saw that ball pop in the air and North Dakota making a play on it. But 4th down.
Here's that tempo, clock running. Will the Salukis go with the play? Almost got the defense and Samuels Parker to jump. This will take us to the 2nd quarter. 4th down and 10 coming up for SIU. North Dakota holding a 7-0 lead in a ranked matchup in Southern Illinois. people are seeing a sight that they're not used to seeing this season, a slow start from a Saluki offense that averages about 40 points a game.
Yeah, not the first quarter I'm sure Nick Hill expected from his offense, but of course, great defensive team they're facing. Got to be patient today, and now we got a 4th down.
4th down and 10 on the first play of the second quarter. Or will it be? Williams checking out of the play. They will run it. Free rusher. Williams brought down. Johnny Wiltshire, the nickelback, gets it done. A massive play to start the second quarter for North Dakota.
And not an easy guy to sack because of his size and his speed and his elusiveness. That is a huge play.
There are not a ton of guys who can make this tackle one-on-one with DJ Williams.
Right off the edge, a lot of times they'll tell the quarterback, you got to account for the edge guy and get rid of the ball quick. And great defensive stand for North Dakota again, and great field position.
Yeah, that stud position, as they call it for North Dakota, but more of a nickel back. That's the type of guy that can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Being that there's only 2 linebackers in that formation. How about this field position for Jerry Kaminsky and the offense, starting in SIU territory. Play action, pass complete, out to the far side. B.J. Fleming gets out of bounds with a first down. Boy, Fleming and Kaminsky last week in that win over Youngstown State, those two were on another level.
This is where Kaminsky is dangerous. When you start to get the run game going and he can play action that, you saw the cushion they gave out there on Fleming because you almost have to because of his explosiveness. And all of a sudden, little play action pass results in a first down. That threat to run the ball is big for them.
Corey Ty in motion. Kaminsky looking for Ty. He bobbles and can't reel it in. Ty getting his first action since week 4 at Valpo. The Saluki sideline wanted a flag for a little extracurricular after the whistle. They won't get it. That was Gavin Shepard in coverage.
Second long, Seidel back in, pretty good pass receiver, kind of guy that out of the backfield they might want to look at here.
He's split out. Kaminsky on the quarterback draw, up the gut. Look at him moving his legs. Another fresh set.
And I think that's one of the things that people have not talked about much is his running ability. They like to run him. He's been pretty effective in doing so, sometimes scrambling on drop back passes when he had to elude a rush, but he can run the ball.
Just a flat out good athlete, and I think what they like the most is he's a good decision maker on when to use those legs. And here's where they really love Kaminsky. High IQ pre-snap. That's one thing that Isaac Frichte talks about a lot, the offensive coordinator. Seidel up the middle. Seidel has his second touchdown. Boy, that moving company is getting it done today for the Fighting Hawks.
When you get a guy like that into the second level, past that front line, boy, he is dangerous. He makes those full speed cuts. You'll see it right here, right there. Those 2 full speed cuts, doesn't have to lose any acceleration. Gets right into the end zone.
Seidel, the star on this versatile North Dakota offense so far today. Loftman on for the extra point, and the Minnesota native sends it into the bleachers, and it is 14-0 North Dakota behind the legs of the sophomore star, Sawyer Seidel.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
Dear Friday. Let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Ready for a local getaway that feels like a world of its own? Escape the ordinary and discover the charm of Southern Illinois. With local wineries, live concerts, farmers markets, and scenic trails to explore, there's an adventure tailored for every taste bud and passion. Our breathtaking lakes offer endless possibilities for adventure. Rent boats, jet skis, or kayaks, and explore our world. Visit Southern Illinois. Start your adventure today.
The folks from Grand Forks off to a racing start, 14-0 over Southern Illinois in a top 12 matchup in the Valley. Short kick here, nearly muffed, scooped up by the Salukis near the 30-yard line. Let's hear from Eli Hoover.
Sawyer Sayel, by far the best player of this game for you so far. And that's in no small part thanks to running back coach DJ Davis, who is a former Saluki, played here, graduated in 2019, so he knows this Saluki playbook quite well.
Thanks for that, Eli. DJ Davis, one of the best running backs in SIU school history, but you talk to anybody on the Saluki coaching staff, they'll say he's one of the best people you can be around, and you know the folks in that North Dakota running back room are benefiting from that.
Yeah, we heard it all week long. When we brought up his name, that's exactly what they said. Well, they made a long trip with an early start to the game, unexpected, but they are wide awake, playing well.
Must have had their coffee this morning.
Something.
Place the ball at the Saluki 34. First and 10, Southern Illinois.
5-yard penalty on North Dakota. Moves the Salukis up. Offsides on the kickoff. It's a little bit closer for DJ Williams. He finds Vincent Davis. Davis turns on the Jets, stays on his feet on the sideline, whirling towards the 30. That's the big play SIU desperately needed.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they went to their big play guy. And one of the things I think is important is they went to an empty set, and I thought, maybe they're going to throw the ball to kind of get things rolling and maybe get the team spread out, get the defense spread out. What a great run, what a great play. He has done that all season long and continues to be the big play guy for the team.
Now, I think they're going to look at this and see if Davis stepped out a little bit earlier where they initially marked the ball. So we'll step aside for a break and tell you where they're going to spot this ball after a brief injury timeout. 5-yard big gainer to Vincent Davis in an injury timeout. SIU cooking for the first time today. Williams has plenty of time. He throws over the middle and completes again. That time, it's Fabian McCray. Back-to-back big first down gains.
Take what they give you, right? They're going to take away the run, maybe throw the ball a little more, and a nice crossing route there. And the key was offensive line gave him plenty of time to survey the field. That was not his first read, probably his second or third read in that progression.
SIU inside the red zone for the first time today. They've been remarkably efficient here. You go to Lem Wash on first down, and he's dragged down after a gain of maybe 1. Wash, the former college quarterback at Tennessee Tech, transferred in from South Dakota before the season. They say no gain. By the way, that injury was to Jai Martin, the free safety, second leading tackler for North Dakota. That could be big.
Valuable piece of that defense.
Williams, double play action, swings it out to Robinson, and he lost the football. The Fighting Hawks dive on it inside the 5-yard line. Michael Devereaux vacuums it up, and the turnovers rear their ugly head again for SIU.
Yeah, kind of an extension of that second half of last week's North Dakota State game, and you get in the red zone, you're about to score, and you give that up. Big play by the North Dakota defense.
That was Tyler Erkman, the sophomore Illinois native, getting in there for a big punch in his home state.
Well, you're seeing that more and more, teams going to that punch. It used to be the strip. Now they're going for the punch, and that ball is exposed. And, proven to be a big play right there. Salukis need a defensive stand. Captain Obvious, right, but they do. They need to stop right here.
Well, if you're Saluki head coach Nick Hill there, you can't help but think, oh, not again.
Yeah.
Those 3 Saluki turnovers last week in the Fargo Dome came at terrible times. Gavin Zebarth with a first down carry and a stiff arm, caravanning down the sideline. Zebarth, not a guy who goes down easy. Into SIU territory, and now Zebarth is down hurt.
Well, you said it. You know, he's been kind of known to be a short yardage kind of guy, but he's been showing some explosiveness lately. Got around the edge. You can see the Salukis trying to get to that football as they're trying to pursue him. Part of that dynamic duo of running backs they've got.
And really, you could call it a trio with Xavier Lee, fifth-year senior who came in from Sacred Heart over the offseason. We will step aside.
You and your friends who are freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing off a pregame bev before a karaoke night out. What's the move? Take a ride share. Drive, it's no big deal.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotagamillinois.com/arcade to play.
Wren Lake Golf Complex, an outstanding play and stay 27-hole complex that's a delight for golfers of all skill levels with 5 sets of tees and extra large greens. The facility has a lighted driving range, practice areas, and a fully stocked pro shop. Lodging options include 2 and 3 bedroom luxury condos, lakeside cabins, and hotel rooms. In addition, you'll find a full-service restaurant and meeting facilities. Wren Lake Golf Complex in beautiful southern Illinois.
SI Roofing and Siding doesn't just walk, they sprint into action. It's service as memorable as a Saluki football game day. Roofing, gutters, and board and batten siding. We handle it all. Better Business Bureau, A+ rated, proudly serving your neighborhood and beyond, because at SI Roofing, every home we touch is treated like our own. Other companies want to be the big dog, but only one can be the top dog. Call SI Roofing and Siding today, the official partner of Saluki football.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, time flies. And now, thanks to Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois, you can too. Starting at just $69 one way with Contour Airlines. Save money and time with daily flights, free parking, fast boarding, and only 1 hour flight times between Southern Illinois and Chicago O'Hare. So maximize your time and speed things up by visiting veteransairport.com because time flies. Rules and restrictions apply.
Gavin Zebarth injured for North Dakota after a 45-yard gain. The 49-yard line, Simon Rumfo in at quarterback, and he hands off to Xavier Lee. The third head in that three-headed backfield we were talking about. Lee with a hefty first down pickup. That'll move the chains again.
You mentioned look out for him. You know, hasn't had a lot of carries compared to the other two, but still a weapon.
It's been all about the running backs today for North Dakota. 2 touchdown runs for Sawyer Seidel. And 64 total yards on the ground. Now trying to get Lee hot. They stay with him. Lee slips through a tackle, stays on his feet, and hunts the sideline. Boy, these backs are slippery today. Jagger Williams able to get up and push him out of bounds for SIU.
Continue to give credit to that offensive line because they are doing a great job of getting movement on the Saluki defense.
You mentioned a lot of returners up front. They have dealt with a few injuries. Right guard Isaac Caravu has done a good job as a redshirt freshman stepping up. Kaminsky hits his tight end. Nathan Romadka, true freshman, but he's popped right away.
They've gone to that little boot scheme a couple of different times, and Salukis are starting to kind of pick that up and see the guy coming across. Nice play there.
Lucas McDaniels, defensive end, able to stay with him. Third down, feels like a big play for SIU's defense. They keep it with Lee, a stutter step, and he is swarmed right into the black hole that is SIU's defensive line. That's the big boy, Caden Reeves, to push him back.
Caden did a nice job, and as I said, it's been a battle up front, and they've got to stand their ground here on this drive and keep the North Dakota offense from getting another 7 points.
So here we go. North Dakota's going to keep the offense on 4th down. 5 of 8 this season. They go quick, keep it with Seidel. It's going to be close. SIU got the stop. There is a flag down.
The Luckies may have had too many men on the field.
Yep.
Yeah, he was close to getting off. He was coming off the field, and they hurried up and they got the snap off as he was trying to leave the field. And I mean, it was no more than a couple of steps, but he ran right by the official.
And that's another heady play by Jerry Kaminsky to realize that and go. So a drive extending flag. Seidel slips through an ankle tackle. McClendon gets up there trying to rip the football away, and the play is blown dead.
You mentioned Kaminsky's ability to be savvy and to, be headsy and be prepared to be in the film room, and that is that, I think, underrated attribute, that intelligence factor, not just in the classroom type intelligence, but on the field intelligence, with quick decisions you can make, understanding the game plan, being in the same place as your offensive coordinator and your head coach, and he embodies that.
Here's Simon Rumfo again. He's gotten good run at quarterback. He's played all over the field this year after losing the starting job. He keeps it himself, and the middle is plugged up. SIU's defensive line starting to step up in the second quarter. Vontrell Chazet at the bottom of the pile.
Well, the SIU defense is certainly making it tough sledding here. They are at their best, and they're getting a lot of people to the point of attack, and they did right there.
Kaminsky changes the play. Throws over the middle, and it's reeled in by DeMontenac. First down and more, inside the 5 for the big Canadian.
What a great throw right across the middle, led him right upfield, the upfield shoulder. Great play, great catch.
And look, Kerry, if there's a soft spot on SIU's defense right now, it's right there over the middle. They've had 2 injuries at linebackers before the game today. C.J. Parson, the safety, was banged up earlier. They find the soft spot there. First and goal. Seidel already has 2 touchdowns. Kaminsky keeps, throws, incomplete. And a flag comes in from the back corner of the end zone. Well, there were 2 wide receivers on that side. Might be looking at illegal contact.
Yeah, you'd have to think that's what it is, based on where the flag came from.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference as the ball was tipped. Second down.
All right, they're picking it up because the ball was tipped. Again, defensive line coming through. There you see it. It got a little wobbly. Jeremiah McClendon in on coverage. Kaminsky calling out the change. So is Ben Fiegel, the linebacker in the middle. This time it's Kaminsky. Wide open hole. It's a 3-score lead for North Dakota.
That quarterback run is such a weapon. You account for so many heads. You got extra tight end in the game, and then you fake the run to a running back that's been really good, and all of a sudden you get the quarterback keep. RPO maybe off of it to the outside, and that's tough to defend.
This is a play that North Dakota has executed perfectly now back-to-back weeks.
And they've got those big bodies in there to block, and all of a sudden you've got a quarterback keep with maybe an option to throw off of it if he wants.
Loffman stays perfect in the extra point category, and it's 21-0 Fighting Hawks. Kerry, this is a statement.
It really is, and of course, you know, we're watching them on film the last few weeks and seeing the kind of football team they look like they were going to be today. They have lived up to that expectation. They are solid on defense, tough against the run, and their running game and their quarterback have been as good as advertised.
Now it's all about that word response, and you see Nick Hill coaching up his running back, Edward Robinson, who's got to be feeling it. Coughed up the football. That fumble, it results in points for North Dakota. There you see DJ Williams trying to pick him up. Salukis need him, and they need that running back room.
That's the tough thing. Turnovers result in points for the other team, where that one is just crushing, and they took that ball a long ways to make that happen.
Vincent Davis zigzagging to the sideline. Good return. Sets up SIU near the 35-yard line.
And they have used a lot of clock. Time of possession has really been big for them, and that can wear on the football team. They're a body blow kind of offense, where they're going to pound you and then get you to come up, make the mistake over the top.
North Dakota has scored on 3 of their 4 drives today after scoring on their first 4 last week against Youngstown State. And they've turned SIU over on downs twice on the defensive side of the ball. Salukis go on the ground with Chandler Chapman backpedaling forward for a gain of 6. Chapman out of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Same junior college as Saluki running back coach Larry Warner. Williams going tempo, has plenty of time, and the pass is broken up.
A little late on the throw. He was open early. Ball came out a little bit late.
He's looking for McCray. Second down and medium, and one of your keys to the game there, Kerry, was first down success. So he's got that good run on first down, makes this third down a little bit more manageable.
It does. And for what the Salukis do offensively, I mean, for any team, first down matters. Don't get me wrong, success. But I think for them in particular, it really changes the way their teams can defend them.
Fighting Hawks showing a rush. They've got one sack already today. Williams all by his lonesome. Gets the ball out quick, and it's Mario. He slips after the catch. It's going to be fourth down, and this is probably a spot you go for it, especially considering North Dakota gets the second half kick.
Yeah, they may have to because, well, I think Nick Hill's made the decision. He's going to try to hold it right here at 21. But, you know, ball came out a little behind the receiver, so you don't get the catch and run that you want. They are swarming to the football. He had to get rid of it early because they were showing pressure, and they got it. Now they're forced to punt.
North Dakota wary of the fake. Kalen has plenty of time, and it's a short punt. He shanked it. It's going to be another great starting field position for North Dakota and Jerry Kaminsky, and it feels like everything that could go wrong right now for SIU is.
SIU is in need of a big play, whether it comes through special teams or whether it comes through a turnover, a tip pass. They need something before the half ends, because as you said, North Dakota State or North Dakota deferred that coin toss. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. That could be huge.
You look at the rushing yards in this game, it really sums it up. 153 for North Dakota, 7 for Southern Illinois.
That probably is the key stat in the first half.
Kaminsky and co. He keeps it after scampering for a touchdown. Kaminsky scampers over the 50-yard line.
Jared Kaminsky, the quarterback keeper.
Bowled over Jagger Williams to get a few extra yards. Look, this is a guy in Kaminsky who was a backup last year, redshirted his first season at North Dakota. He's come on and has not blinked. Threw for 5 touchdowns in his first career start on the road at Kansas State. They keep it on the ground. A big pop at the line of scrimmage, but then a push forward.
I would say, Larry, that's what stood out to me more than anything, was to come out and have a 5-touchdown game against Kansas State, the opening game, you have the starting quarterback. That tells a lot about his preparation, his ability, his poise.
After the run by Charles Langama, his first carry, Kaminsky's going to go under center. That heavy set. It's a reverse off to Hoskins. And he is roped down. Good play by Ben Fiegel. Getting a lot of run linebacker for the Salukis as that room is really taking on a next man up mentality.
He's been such a valuable guy because they have had some injuries in the linebacker before, and he comes out and making plays like that. On that reverse, someone's got to stay home. Someone's got to account for that backside, and he did it.
Fiegel played every snap last week in the absence of Andrew Bain. Third down, got to have it stopped for SIU. It's blown dead. Timeout taken by North Dakota. First of the ball game for either side with 3:43 left. We'll take a look at the top 25 poll and Missouri Valley Conference teams in that area. And it's just so populated in the Valley. It is every year, but it feels like especially this year, Kerry.
You know, year after year, you get that, and you talk about the schedule, you talk about the teams, you look week after week. Even teams that are in the bottom of the conference standings can be formidable opponents. You see it right there. FCS top 25, a lot of familiar names at the top you expect. And then, of course, you've got Illinois State and emerging the last few years. The Salukis are mainstays in that top 25 as well. And it just says a lot about the quality of coaching and talent in this conference.
Now, another set of rankings came out this week. For the first time, the FCS committee released their rankings and their top 10 this year. North Dakota is number 8, and that's significant because the top 8 seeds get a first-round bye. So North Dakota in that position right now, but you got to win games like this in order to host playoff games.
Well, they're living up to everything we've heard and everything that you and I prepared to see, and so what a great first half they've had up to this point.
All right, after the timeout, 3rd down and 6. It's Lee, and he is pushed down. It's Fiegel again. 4th down here. And Isaac Frichte, the offensive coordinator, is going to keep his boys out there.
You know, things have not gone SIU's way, but I'm really impressed how the defense has continued to battle and make it tough sledding down after down, even though they're down 21.
3 wide receivers right. Fleming the man in motion. Kaminsky back to throw it. He finds Lee in the flat. He turns it upfield, and he moves the chains.
I think a lot of it has to do when you've got a quarterback that you can trust in that situation. You go for it on 4th down. You're probably in 4-down territory, but that play call, to me, is a quarterback trust play call. He's got to make that throw. He's got to make that decision, and ball came out quick, right on target.
This is a guy, it's clear in every way, they have total confidence in. They have since day one. And SIU stepped off sides. Maybe somebody jumped, but it looked like Vontrell Chazet was pointing to that North Dakota line, may have crossed the line of scrimmage there. That was on the center, Ben Buxa.
Kind of get the feeling the only way North Dakota can be stopped is to stop themselves in a situation, because right now they are clicking, but I don't really trust who's pointing anymore, Larry, because everybody's always pointing this, that other guy over.
Hey, it wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know that point as a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Lee up the middle. No gain on 1st and 15, and this will likely take us to the 2-minute timeout. It will. North Dakota's offense has scored on 3 of their first 4 drives, trying to make it 4 for 5 in the first half, already leading 21-zip. Out of the 2-minute timeout, it's already 21-0 North Dakota, but they're hungry for more. It's about lunchtime here in Carbondale. 2nd and 14 for Jerry Kaminsky and company. All 3 touchdowns on the ground today. Kaminsky chucks it a little bit long over the middle, looking for one of his many tight ends.
Had a window, just kind of overthrew it, but one of those few misses he's had today. We haven't seen a lot of attack down the field and trying to stretch the Saluki defense out. A lot of it's been run game, play action, and boot stuff.
Baymeyer was the target there. It's a bottomless tight end room for head coach Eric Schmidt and company. That's a room that they've really been pleased with. A lot of development there throughout the season. 3rd down and long. Kaminsky looking for Fleming, way behind him. It wasn't catchable. Good coverage from Gavin Shepard. He's fired up.
Really tight coverage. I'm surprised they looked there, but nice coverage on the outside by him. And of course, the Salukis are now in a situation where maybe get the ball back and do something before the half.
Well, you've got all 3 timeouts. Salukis just need something to go to the locker room with.
Well, I think the best thing you can do in facing the Saluki offense with DJ Williams is hang on to the football yourself and go on long, sustained drives and eat up the clock, and they have done that.
Silvernail leads the Valley in punt yards. Gets it away, sends it towards the end zone, and what a play, but it trickles. Was it in? They're gonna mark it at the 1-yard line. Covered up by Nate DeMontenac. Oh my goodness, what a play.
That was really, really big right here before the half. What a hustle play, get downfield, catch it, get it back onto the playing surface before you go in the end zone.
And Nick Hill is waving his fingers around. He wants this reviewed. And yeah, he's got a case. I mean, it's right there. It is under further review. I'll tell you what, Kerry, in the conversation that we had yesterday with head coach Eric Schmidt, I asked him, so when it comes down to it, your biggest keys. He said, well, big plays, big play margin, I think is going to be one. Well, you can check that box from North Dakota. Turnovers, they forced one, check that box. Special teams was the other one he mentioned, and there's that big play on special teams.
Well, those 3 things, spoken by a head coach are things you commonly hear about big plays, about turnover ratio, and special teams. When 2 good teams, 2 ranked teams meet, 2 top teams meet, special teams always has a huge part of the outcome. And plays like that, even though they were forced to punt, they can get the ball down to the 1-yard line and force the Salukis to go 99 yards in 1:43. Again, making it difficult for the Salukis to get anything going.
So in college football, it's about the player who touches the ball, not necessarily the ball. Where in the NFL, you see guys jump into the end zone and then swat the ball out. But if the player who first touched it goes into the end zone in college football, that's a touchback, and it looks like they're going to move this thing forward for a touchback, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Look from up above this time. Watch that goal line. He tried to slide like a quarterback. He was right on that line.
He was. Not that it makes the 80 yards easy, but 80 yards is a whole lot better for the Salukis than 99. But again, great hustle. What a great effort.
The call is upheld.
Oh!
And again, that's a rule change this year. They don't say the call is confirmed or upheld. They just say it's upheld. So we don't know what kind of evidence they were looking at. But again, pretty borderline, and well, you got to stay with the call.
We saw them move the ball from the 1 and headed towards the 20, so we assumed, and then they moved it back.
And this danger zone music feels pretty apt. Salukis backed up against their own 1-yard line. 3 timeouts left at the end of the first half. North Dakota receives the second half kickoff. Salukis offense needs to scrounge. They keep it with Williams. He gets it off the 1-yard line for a first down gain of about 5.
Well, that empty set has been the best offensive set the Salukis have had today, and I think it's kind of spread that defense out. It's given DJ lots of options, and of course allows him to run the ball still too.
They're going to keep it on the ground. That's Vincent Davis out of the backfield. Little DJ Moore type action. The Chicago Bears, he often comes out of the backfield as a wide receiver. Davis does the same there. It's going to be 3rd and short. Clock winding.
Always looking for ways to get him the ball. You know, whether it's on a reverse, put him in the backfield, quick throws, deep throws, they do it all for him.
Williams is going to change the play. Here comes the rush. Another quick throw. It's complete to Jay Jones. That'll be a first down, and Jones pushes his way to the sideline. Good heads-up play.
Well, you got to think North Dakota's defense is going to keep everything in front of them and try to prevent the long pass. They've got 26 seconds. They've got him in a hole. They're probably going to give them that short throw cushion all they want.
Snap back to Williams pretty quick. Another throw towards the sideline. Intercepted. It's Zach Lewis. Second team All-Big Sky last season at Northern Arizona. Might be an All-Valley player this year for North Dakota.
Talk about reading. Talk about reading a quarterback. And boy, he felt like he had a place right there. He planted that back foot and came up and made a play.
Second turnover of the ball game for the Saluki offense, and Lewis had it the whole way.
I think the big thing is DJ kind of stared that down from the opening snap. If you want to move somebody, you're going to have to look the eye somewhere else. He kind of stared that down, and he made a break on it.
Another angle. And so Jerry Kaminsky and his fellas set up shop just on the doorstep of the red zone with 20 seconds and 2 timeouts. Seidel, 2 touchdowns today. Dances to the outside. Slippery again. Hunting the pylon. 3 touchdowns for Sawyer Seidel.
Half couldn't have ended worse for SIU. You know, when I talked about they might play back and play soft, they didn't. They were aggressive and got the pick. They come right back here. One play, big run. Kind of just having their way right now.
A 4-alarm fire at Saluki Stadium for the home team. And the running game for the Fighting Hawks has set it. Loffman straight through. This crowd is stunned.
Well, I think people looking at this score anywhere are going to be stunned by a first half score of this margin right now. So he's got a lot of work to do against a good football team. Hey, nothing's over until it's over, as they say, but they need to regroup and come up with a game plan to slow that run game down and get some points on the board. That opening drive to start the second half could be crucial to a Saluki comeback or not.
So 13 seconds left here in the first half. If you're a dedicated Saluki fan, you remember last year's game, Youngstown State. Salukis trailed by this score at the half, 28-0, and came back and won with a true freshman quarterback, Jake Curry. This year they've got their all-everything quarterback, DJ Williams. It's a ground ball kick, muffed around, but eventually scooped up.
You know, sometimes, Larry, the margin of victory, when it's this much, some teams will let their foot off the gas. They don't mean to. Just mentally, they kind of, relax a little bit. And that can open the door sometimes for those comebacks. You see it happen all the time. They get that lead, and all of a sudden they get a little comfortable. They lose that intensity. They lose that edge. You never know. why you play 4 quarters.
Salukis are likely going to keep this on the ground and send it to halftime. Though you can use every possession that you can get when the score is like this. Four receivers set. Williams is going to throw. It's over the middle, complete to Fabian McCray. Dancing his way forward, surrounded by white jerseys and gang tackled down. And that's how the first half ends. The Fighting Hawks are screaming today in Carbondale. They head to the locker room leading 28-zip. And the Missouri Valley Football Conference Game of the Week.
Big half for North Dakota. That is the way they wanted it to be played, and they got exactly what they wanted.
Just here to recap day one. Man, it sure feels like day one, right? You guys haven't been practicing in here at all here over the summer, the last couple of weeks. How do you kind of balance where, yes, it is official day one of practice. You guys went a little bit longer than normal, but you guys have been hard at work for a long time.
No, we've been hard at work for a while, so I mean, it's not really a difference. But there was a little extra energy just because it's day one, and you know, people want to win. I love the competitiveness today, so it was great.
Even though you go longer today, now you're really in season. It looks, at least to me, you guys have improved a lot in the time that you've had, even since the summer. Where do you feel this group has gotten better over the last month and a half?
Yeah, just knowing personnel and really just putting in that hard work, man. We work hard, really hard. So I love that team for this and just making connections on and off the court, and we're going to keep going.
When you think of your teammates, where would you say this group as a whole has improved? Not just since the summer, we know you guys have gotten better since June, but really within the last month and a half since you guys got back from summer break.
Very big improvement, very big improvement. Just most importantly, just getting to know each other, getting to feel each other, what we do best, what's our strengths, what's our weaknesses, and just talking, just being together, honestly.
This Prince of League Bay joins us here to recap day one in season, man. How's it feel for the veteran? You've been used to day ones. How would you describe this day one for you, being your last?
It's a lot of different things. I'm just telling myself, mainly when I'm like in stretching, you know, this is the last one you get to do this, you know, and obviously on day ones, everyone has a lot of energy, you know, so I just try to fall in line with it, you know, get caught up in the day, you know, to practice and, of course, just enjoy it. So it's been great, you know.
Coaches really believe you have such a high ceiling, Prince. One, because you've shown it in your college career, but when you get here, Coach Nagy's like, man, Prince could be a really high-level defender. It appears in practice it's starting to click a little bit there for you. Do you feel it's clicking, and where do you feel the defensive side can be a really big strength for you this year?
I mean, I have a lot of expectations, you know, from the coaches, but also for myself, you know, defensively, just because of my past experiences playing different kind of positions from the guard to the, you know, the five-man spot. So just being able to guard 1 through 5 gives me a lot of, you know, versatility outside. So, you know, this summer it was a lot of pressure on our defense as a team, and I feel like it helped me as an individual just to grow in that aspect. So I know once the days start to stack up, people really see like what I can do on the floor, you know.
We cover you guys a lot in the summer, but then you get that little bit of break before school, and then you're right back at it. Where has this group gotten better since you got back on campus in August, and then now that the in-season practices have officially started?
I'll definitely say 2 things. One is camaraderie, you know, being together, being connected. You know, I know like a couple of guys said it earlier, just we enjoy each other's presence and it shows on the court. And I feel like right now we're also getting better at transitioning. And what I mean by that is like, you know, transitioning from drill to drill, transitioning from a bad call to, you know, the next play, and just playing the way coach wants to, which is fast. And the only way you can do that is if you have that next play mentality. So I feel like those are 2 areas we've been getting great at.
be back with the first half highlights right after this. You're watching North Dakota and SIU on ESPN+.
On today's
Stadium, where it is 28-0 North Dakota over Southern Illinois in the MVFC Game of the Week. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. Carrie Martin, Larry Larson in with you. And Carrie, look, it's not often you can say that a team plays a perfect half of football. I'm sure the coaching staff for North Dakota would tell you that first half wasn't perfect, but to us, the fans watching, looked darn close.
I think if you had to lay out what kind of half they would find to be the most perfect half of football for them, it had to be pretty close. I mean, they ran the ball, they stopped the run, they won the turnover margin, they kept DJ off the field for quite a bit. So I think the big thing for them is the game is right where they want it to be in a perfect situation, and they got it.
And look, we were talking during our break, Saluki run game has been pivotal for them this year, but North Dakota is strong where SIU has been strong. They've held them to just 15 rushing yards.
I think a lot of football, of course, is matchups. And, of course, the Salukis need to run the ball well, I think, to set up other things. And this football team, North Dakota, is very good against the run.
128 yards for North Dakota's rushing game, though, and it seems like everybody, again, has been participating.
They really have, using a lot of different people. I think they only had 12 pass attempts because the offensive running game has been so good.
Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. So many of them are on the ground, and, go figure. We talked about the quarterbacks at the top of the show, but it has been the other backs that have really stood out for North Dakota, and it starts with Sawyer Seidel. He had 3 touchdown scampers in the first half.
When I watch him, it reminds me of Bijan Robinson, those quick stomp the foot in the ground cuts he does at full speed. He had a great half.
Runs of 23 and 18, and then also 1 yard later in the half.
There's
his 18-yard run. That's hard to stop.
Really is, and the way he cuts, he still gets north and south in a hurry.
And all that to set up a Jerry Kaminsky touchdown run. He's used his legs well so far today. It's North Dakota 28 and Southern Illinois nothing. Do the Salukis have a response in them? We'll find out soon.
That was an easy one for me. Consider being an official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Today's halftime stats are sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and so is the North Dakota rushing attack.
Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, like you said, they used a number of backs, but Sawyer was the main guy, and he looked really, really good. The other thing that stands out to me, those turnovers resulted in some points for the North Dakota team, and I think that was big.
Including one in the red zone when SIU was driving. Salukis shut out in the first half. A 28-point effort for North Dakota on the road in Carbondale. Second half action coming up next. Some stunned faces in the Saluki Stadium bleachers today The homecoming for Eric Schmidt, the former defensive assistant at SIU, has gone pretty darn well. 28-0 North Dakota.
Well, certainly the Salukis understand the situation. Nick Hill's been the head coach of the Missouri Valley Conference. He played in this conference. He understands the situation, and he knows how important the beginning of this third quarter is going to be. This is a football team that is much better than what they've performed in the first half. 15 total rush yards. You're not going to beat a North Dakota team if you cannot run the football. And it's something, we'll see what kind of adjustments they make and what he did at halftime to try to get this football team back in the game.
North Dakota deferred the kick to the second half, so they will receive, and we are back underway at Saluki Stadium with a touchback. So often coaches talk about the middle eight. Well, last week at North Dakota State for SIU, it was a 14-point swing in favor of the Bison. North Dakota could make it a 14-point swing here.
When I stumbled upon that statistic, the middle eight, the last four of the first half, the first four of the second half, and how to win that middle eight, you got like an 80-some% chance, so the analytics say, of winning the football game. I didn't believe it was true until I started studying it myself and really trying to live that as a coach. There's a lot of truth in it, and so that you're right. These next 4 minutes of this beginning of the third quarter could be huge.
Kerry Martin, noted analytics guy. Gary Kaminsky, sophomore quarterback, hands off to Sawyer Seidel. Breaks a tackle, steamrolling forward past the 30-yard line. How about the first half that Mr. Seidel had? That rush right there gets him over 90 yards on just 9 attempts. 3 tutties, in case you're just joining us. Whew, vicious stiff arm.
One of the things I love about him is speed and physicality are noted, but even when he's running laterally, he's still gaining ground. He's a guy that's always moving forward.
Fans chanting D up, and the Salukis do. Stop that they needed right there. Whole bunch of black jerseys up to swarm the back. Colin Bohannon had Seidel wrapped up.
That hasn't happened a lot today behind the line of scrimmage where they hold him to, no gain or minus yardage. But that's a huge play, sets up a third down. We're coming into today. They had struggled on third down a little bit.
Today they're 4 of 8. Analytics say that's 50%. Kaminsky from the pocket, steps up and gets out of trouble. Kaminsky can't get to the sticks. He is wrestled down by Caden Reeves. And the punt team will come on for North Dakota. A much needed stop for the Salukis to open up the second half.
If you're an SIU fan, if you're a follower of Saluki football, that's what, if they're going to get back in this game, they had to make that stop.
That front for SIU has not played poorly today. They have stepped up at times. Silvernail, big leg, pinned the Salukis inside the 1 before the end of the first half. And that catch reeled in by Tay Mario Jr. So the Salukis will set up just in front of their own 30-yard line. DJ Williams, the leader of this team. You talk to any coach on both sides of the ball, they say this guy is so active in leadership, and we've seen it today, going up and down the sidelines, working the sidelines, trying to keep his guys in it. And now really he's going to be the one that has to engineer this comeback. Play action on first down. Williams throws to the outside, and he's got the completion. Jay Jones for a gain of 12.
Big throw. He showed off his big arm right there. That's a deep out route across the field. I think the big thing here, we talked earlier about tempo and rhythm. Salukis are at their best when they've got that going for them, and they're going to go up tempo right here.
Williams 15 of 21 today. He hands off to Robinson, who had that fumble inside the 10-yard line when the Salukis were driving. He picks up a gain of 2 on first down.
15 rush yards in the first half. That's tough. And only picked up 2 there. So again, it may be a thing where they're going to have to throw the ball a little more than they wanted to get the ball out quick in some of those fast screens on the perimeter.
North Dakota, a top 5 rushing defense in FCS. Williams back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the first time today. He's got Fabian McCray.
One of the best things DJ Williams does is throw the ball deep down the middle, and you got it right there. Nice timing, good throw, hit him in stride.
Well, North Dakota has not gotten beat on plays like this often, but when they do, it's usually down the middle. We saw that on tape last week against Youngstown State.
First and 10 from the Fighting Hawks 12.
Second red zone trip of the ball game for SIU. They've been fantastic here all season long. Pass to Davis is dropped.
Well, there's a situation when they lined up for that snap. They only had a 5-man box on defense. They ran basically a 4-1, and they widened a lot of people out of that box to try to get another hat on the perimeter. Maybe this is a time for a DJ Williams draw play or something. If you're getting a 5-man box, you've got the guys to move that front line, give him some space. It could be a big play for the Salukis.
Williams has the 4th most rushing yards by a quarterback in the entire nation. Today, he's at -9 rush yards. He's been sacked once. They keep it on the ground with Lem Wash. Puts his head down and pushes forward for maybe one.
These North Dakota linebackers really fill and come downhill, don't they? They are tough to run against. And as you said, you look at the numbers where they've done this all season long.
Well, in a 4-2-5 defense, those two got to know what they're doing. And they do. Malachi McNeil, Payne Parks, Michael Devereaux. 3rd down and 8. Williams, lots of time, throws wide, has his favorite target, Vincent Davis, and he's going to be short by 2 yards. We've seen a lot of this today, Kerry.
We sure have. Yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff at the boundary, a lot of things, a lot of timing routes, getting the ball out to those guys on those deep out routes. They told us Vincent Davis, inside slot receiver, outside, he knows the entire street.
4th down and 2. Williams back there with Robinson. They give to Robinson. Chapman, is in.
Well, we said the first half went exactly the way North Dakota wanted it to. The start of the second half and exactly what the Salukis needed. Get a stop, get the ball back, put a drive together, and answer.
Massive response. The 5th touchdown of the season for the junior running back from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi.
And a great job of the offensive line. They've struggled up front a little bit today against that North Dakota defense, and they did a great job there.
So here's Halen. He has not missed an extra point this season. The 6'6" kicker from the Netherlands. Gets it through. Halen took a little bit of a hit there, but SIU on the board thanks to Chandler Chapman on a 4th down run.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide. That's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Southern Illinois University has a rich history and much more. Renowned for cutting-edge research, ranking among the top 4% in the country. Salukis achieve pride and glory, competing at the highest level. World-famous alumni across the globe. United in our mission with unstoppable momentum, igniting a bright future. This is a university ascending. We are Southern.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to Ventura Bank also, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Ventura Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Well, whatever Nick Hill said in the locker room, Salukis have responded. They tied that middle eight that we've talked about so much. North Dakota had a score before the break. SIU on the board for the first time today, thanks to a Chandler Chapman run. Kalen, after the extra point, slow walk up to the football, drives the leg, no doubt about it, touchback through the end zone clean. And Eli Hoover chatted with North Dakota's coaching staff.
Yeah, Larry was able to catch Coach Schmidt coming out of the tunnel. I asked him, what do you have to do in the second half to keep this momentum going? He said, just play with the exact same energy you've been playing, in high energy all day. Keep it that exact same way. As far as running back Gavin Zebarth is concerned, we saw him right in front of us here on the SIU sideline go down. He will not be returning out of precaution for the rest of the night. They're going to get him x-rayed after they leave today, and we'll see what exactly the status is for him the rest of the way this year.
Great work from Eli Hoover down on the sidelines. Same energy. Not a surprising answer.
No, not at all. And I think that's a concern of any coach that's up 28-0 at halftime, is you don't want to take your foot off the gas. And you want to make sure your players play with that same energy that got them that lead.
Kaminsky with the carry up the gut for 9 on the first play of the drive. Well, that is one thing that we saw last week with North Dakota's game against Youngstown State. They scored on their first 4 drives of the game in the first half. In the second half, there was a little bit of a lull, and YSU kind of got back into it.
Happens in football all the time. You know that at some point, you know, your players have to take some accountability to stay focused and stay on task and not lose that edge.
Kaminsky keeps again. It's a first down run. And a Saluki is down face first on the turf. That's Vinny Pierre. So earlier we had CJ Parson, the Saluki strong safety down. Now it's the free safety down. More on that when we come back. Braves are now without both of their starting safeties. Parson went down in the first half. Vinny Pierre Jr. comes off with an injury here in the second half. First down carry for Sawyer Seidel. Keeps those legs churning. Healthy first down pickup. Here's a look at that injury to Pierre. Head-to-head contact, Kerry.
Looks like he got his head in there, maybe kind of snapped his head back a little bit. Hope he's okay. It's not something too serious. He's sitting over here on the sideline looking at the training staff. Hope he's okay.
And now got to keep an eye on Johnny Schmidt and Jagger Williams, the two safeties in the ball game for SIU. Hoskins keeps it on the ground, turns the corner, and dances into the sideline. First down, Fighting Hawks.
Yeah, they've ran that rebound motion a couple of different times, pretty good gains, and I know they're really leaning right now, going right back to what got them success in the first half, and that was the run game. And I think that's 5 straight runs to start the drive.
6 different ball carriers today for North Dakota. Haven't really gotten the passing game going much, but they haven't needed to. Another run. It's Seidel again. A man on a mission today.
A big part of this, too, is they're getting that edge, too, and that offensive line's doing a good job because he's getting yards well before contact, and that's a good sign that your offensive line and your lead blockers are getting the job.
Second down and 2. Seidel up the middle channel, pushed backwards, and his helmet popped off. Vontrell Chazet, we've called his name a few times today. Good push from the Saluki front, brings up third down. So Seidel, the 3-down back off. They're going to go to Xavier Lee. As Eli mentioned, Gavin Zebarth, mainly their short yardage guy, is out for the game. Kaminsky, more communication. Kaminsky keeps one man to beat. Did he beat him? It is going to be very close. It's fourth down. An incredible one-on-one tackle.
Oh, that's a great play, isn't it, Fletcher? That's a super play out in the opening. It's a good running quarterback. And to hold him up for a gain, short gain, and hold him short of the first down, that was big.
That was Ben Fiegel. He has been outstanding as sort of that next man up in a really veteran linebacker room. North Dakota will keep the offense on the field. They've converted their only fourth down try today. It's Kaminsky. Looks like he got it.
Kaminsky on the keeper. Tripped up by Jagger Williams.
I think that's his third or fourth carry in this drive, and of course that's something they can do. You don't see it a lot, and it's been pretty effective in some of the early ball games they've had, but they've leaned on it in this drive more than the beginning, and maybe because they've lost one of their running backs, maybe they're going to look to him as a guy that can pick up that slack.
Here's Seidel. Bounces to the outside, cuts forward, and he is roped down by Bohannon. Seidel's moving forward slowly but surely. It's like this offensive line is one of those pavement trucks you see on the highway that's just moving slowly but surely, putting down pavement. It's just really incredible to watch. Lee is the back. They fake that toss and throw right. It's a completion to another target. That's Grant Rumfo, brother of Simon.
One of the things you notice they do is they're keeping fresh bodies come in and out. You know, a kid like Sawyer Seidel has been kind of the workhorse, but still, he's not on the field every snap. He's getting a break. They're using a lot of different people and getting them that valued experience in game moments.
Well, that really allows guys to go all out on those snaps when they are out there, knowing there's that depth behind them. It's Lee looking for a hole. He finds one, and there's a flag down. It's a first down carry for now. We'll have to see what the penalty is.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 45. After this is the goal from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Killer for SIU's defense.
Yeah, you knew where the flag was thrown and where it was thrown from. It was going to be either a holding call or a face mask, and it was the face mask against the Salukis. And yeah, you don't want to give this offense any more help than they need, and 15 yards is a lot of help down here in the red zone.
Well, Kerry, one thing that you've said a few times, SIU needs a big play, and this feels like a spot where you really need a turnover.
They do. They need a big sack. They need a turnover. They need something down here in this red zone.
Kaminsky under center. Lee bounces to the outside, cuts upfield, and he is walloped. That's Peyton Reeves.
That's a great job by Peyton. You know, the ball runs away, and he hustles down the line of scrimmage, and when the cutback comes, he's right there to make a play. Love to see guys get rewarded. Great hustle.
Reeves, a big dude out there, 6'2", 305. Next to his brother Caden, 6'3", 285. It's Kaminsky running with the Caravan, and that Caravan hits a red light. Third down coming up.
Once again, major personnel changes taking place, getting fresh bodies.
Corey Ty, the wide receiver, at the top of the screen, back in there. It's Fleming and DeMontenac. Usual suspects near the bottom of the screen. Kaminsky, quick throw, has Seidel. Seidel, scores for the super sophomore. Count him up.
He's put on a show. He's done a little bit of everything. And just showed again his pass catching ability that we have seen in previous games. What they call an arrow route, straight out of the backfield.
Kaminsky threw that ball before Seidel was looking at him, and as soon as Seidel turned around, it's right there.
Yep. That's that efficiency we talked about. Kaminsky, not super flashy, but just so efficient.
Kenton Loffman has done a great job today on extra points. Sawyer, Seidel, show-worthy in Carbondale.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something. That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
You and your friends who are freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing off a pregame bev before a karaoke night out. What's the move? Take a ride share. Drive, it's no big deal.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotagameinllinois.com/arcade to play.
Wren Lake Golf Complex, an outstanding play-and-stay 27-hole complex that's a delight for golfers of all skill levels with 5 sets of tees and extra-large greens. The facility has a lighted driving range, practice areas, and a fully stocked pro shop. Lodging options include 2- and 3-bedroom luxury condos, lakeside cabins, and hotel rooms. In addition, you'll find a full-service restaurant and meeting facilities. Wren Lake Golf Complex in beautiful southern Illinois.
Ready for a local getaway that feels like a world of its own? Escape the ordinary and discover the charm of Southern Illinois. With local wineries, live concerts, farmers markets, and scenic trails to explore, there's an adventure tailored for every taste bud and passion. Our breathtaking lakes offer endless possibilities for adventure. Rent boats, jet skis, or kayaks, and explore our world. Visit Southern Illinois. Start your adventure today.
Lots of smiling faces on North Dakota's sideline. They have come to Carbondale and made a statement on the road as the kick is out of bounds by Laufman. After the 4th touchdown today from Sawyer Seidel. And Kerry was a 13-play, 75-yard drive, and you pointed out 2 passes.
Yeah. When you answer the Saluki score with a drive of that distance and only need to throw the ball twice, you're continuing to make that statement. We talked about that energy. I think they got their energy back.
Alcé, 701 Moving Company. Might be the most coveted moving company in the entire United States by the end of the day. SIU's offense that averages 39 points a game has been stifled. First throw of the drive goes to Vincent Davis, DJ Williams. And this defense has done such a good job getting to Davis quickly. He has not been able to get loose.
By the end of that play, counted 9 white jerseys on just right around the proximity of Vincent Davis. They are flying to the football.
Williams slings it out wide. He was looking for Jay Jones, through his hands. Quickly brings up 3rd down. Salukis are 4 of 9 on 3rd down today. It's been a spot of strength all season long, but again, this Fighting Hawks defense has done a good job not letting the Salukis extend drives. Williams over the middle, complete. Davis, 1st down.
Again, sometimes you'll see a team that will wait for a 1st down to go to their tempo, but they went right back to it. Maybe paid a benefit there for them on 3rd down, got a 1st down. Fresh set of downs now, and maybe put a drive together again.
No margin of error left in this game for SIU. They're at the end of the rope. They need to score on every possession, and this could go a long way for it. Chandler Chapman has a big one. Down at the 35-yard line.
They've certainly been a different offense here in the second half, getting things going, getting some passes, getting some runs together in there, and offensive line doing a better job.
Salukis keep it with the hot hand, and Chapman, and that time he couldn't turn the corner. Michael Devereaux wrestled him down. Devereaux, a guy who started the season kind of slowly, trying to pick up that 4-2-5 system, but he's really taken to it lately, and the coaching staff is really happy with his development. Junior transfer from Old Dominion. Williams in the empty set, and out of that a lot today. Throws, has McCray, makes a U-turn, cuts upfield. Fabian McCray putting together a nice game. That's his 5th catch.
When you figure where we're at, headed towards, we're getting close to the 4th quarter. They're going to need to score on every drive and get some stops at the same time. So running the ball is something you'd love to be able to keep in your toolbox. They're going to run out of time. They're going to have to keep moving the ball quickly and get it down the field.
It's Robinson the back now. Williams throws. McCray in and out of his hands. Broken up by Grant Noland.
There's a great back shoulder throw by DJ Williams. He had him. I guess he got a hand in there and got the ball knocked out.
Noland, the true freshman starter at cornerback. Eric Schmidt called him the surprise of fall camp. He said, I don't know where we'd be without him. We've had some injuries at cornerback, and Noland has stepped up to fill that gap.
Nothing better for a coach to find that guy you didn't expect to have. He surprised you.
Williams back to throw again, completes again over the middle. Jones able to wrap it up.
Love the concept, bringing the guy across the middle, ran a wheel route down the boundary, kind of pulled the south player out, gave him room to complete it.
Clock winding down on the third quarter. Salukis have played well in tempo. We'll see if they keep it rolling. Marshall, the tight end, across the formation. And we have seen our final play of the third quarter. SIU's offense starting to put something together, but is it too little too late? Quarter sets up third down in the red zone for SIU. They keep it on the ground. It's Chapman. Bounces to the outside. He's got the first down. Or does he? They're going to call him short. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. This is where SIU scored their first touchdown with that Chapman run. And Kerry, we've said it a few times, but no margin for error now.
No margin for error. And they're 1 of 2 on 4th down right now. This is a big conversion. They got a late, forced a timeout for late defensive change there.
So North Dakota takes its first timeout. Got to make sure everything's all right. And just like that, we'll step aside and pay some bills.
All right, so Japan, how about a round of applause for tonight's captains of the game.
From the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row?
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley. United institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
At Kroger, you never compromise. Because you get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh, and down low prices in every aisle. With quality and savings that keep adding up, Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Romwell Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romward pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It is so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at romwardchevy.com and we'll send you home happy.
After a North Dakota timeout, it's 4th down and 1 for SIU. Lem walks the back. Williams keeping, chugging forward. His progress is stopped. It looks like it's going to be enough. 1st down and goal, SIU.
I love the call of putting the ball in DJ Williams' hands. This is a must-score situation, obviously, with the score the way it is and the time we're at. But good call, a couple of lead blockers there for him. Got the tight end involved, got the running back involved, and they got a push.
That +1 running game for SIU has been lethal all season long. North Dakota's made it look unrecognizable today. Williams only has net -7 rushing yards. Williams rolls out, spins, and he's brought down. Zach Lewis makes the play.
I've been real impressed with their ability to tackle well in space, whether it's Vincent Davis III or whether it's DJ or whoever. They are really good tacklers in space, staying under control, keeping their eyes up. They do a great job of that.
While a rushing quarterback, Kerry, don't keep a defense honest. And so far in the land of Lincoln, they've been as honest as Abe.
Well, and you've said it. They've done a good job against running quarterbacks all year long.
Old Brungard to 79 yards last week. Williams has 10 rushing touchdowns this season. He extends over the goal line for number 11. Boy, he needed to stretch for it, and he got it.
That extra inch, that extra few inches was really big right there. They had him stopped, and he extended that tall body across the goal line.
Williams never afraid to put his body on the line. Second in the nation in points responsible for coming into action today. And plays like that, the reason why.
Look, got to find something down there in that red zone that works, and having him carry the ball is not a bad way to go if you've got DJ Williams as your quarterback.
Salukis will go for 2 here.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
But everybody hold your horses. We're going to take a review.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll let the experts make the decision.
Our good friends in the replay booth next door, Chris and John, chatted with them before the game.
Always nice of them to come over and ask if we have any questions or clarification needed before we make the call.
Almost got it there, and Yeah, I think that's touchdown, Gary.
I didn't see any knee down or anything. I think that's going to be a touchdown for the Salukis. And again, you're looking at a situation, maybe start going for 2 for a couple times, get some 2-point conversion, inch a little closer to that 35. They've got to hold North Dakota to 35 points. They can't give up any more scores.
Another look here. Williams takes that first hit. Just such a tough runner, and the call is upheld.
Yeah, he is so strong. He had 2 tacklers who made good contact with him, and he was able to overcome that and still get in the end zone.
So now SIU will go for 2. Try and shave down this ball game a little bit. Lemois, running back, split out wide. And now he's going to move into the Wildcat. We've seen this before. Wash, the former quarterback, can throw it. He's going to reverse to Williams. He's got lots of time, and he overshot his man. 2-point conversion, no good. SIU's offense puts together a nice drive, 65 yards. They're going to need a whole lot more with just over 12 minutes left. DJ Williams rushing touchdown makes it a 35-13 game in the Valley Game of the Week. Glad you're with us on ESPN. So far, all North Dakota. And about 13 minutes left. Big question facing SIU now. Send a deep or onside kick, Kerry. What are you doing?
Well, you know, you're going to need 3 scores to get back in this ball game to have a chance. At the same time, you've got to stop them. So, you know, probably I would say they'll kick it deep this time, try to get the ball back quickly and score, and then maybe from that point look at the clock and make that decision.
And they're lined up that way. Kalen, the touchback machine, is going to onside it, and he got it! Paul Halen recovers his own onside kick. Outstanding.
I love it. I think it's great. I didn't know that they would do it. I thought they might wait one more possession, but I think it's a great gamble to take.
That's incredible.
I'm a little surprised. North Dakota seemed a little surprised. You know, I mean, I think it was a possibility. You and I discussed it right beforehand. I thought they might wait one more possession to do it. hey, got a little momentum, add to it now and see what happens.
Well, I think a situation like that, that's your last chance at the element of surprise for an onside kick in this game.
And that's a really, really good point, Larry. I think that after that, they know it's coming. But
and what a job to let it travel.
Yeah, and he just did a great job. The way that ball had a little touch on it. Great kick by Paul.
DJ Williams keeps it himself on the first play, and he is pushed back. Montre Samuels Parker. Whole lot of flexing after that tackle.
I would guess SIU going to go back to tempo probably again because that's been really good to them, getting some rhythm. We'll see what happens here. They may want to wait till they get a first down, but they've been good in tempo. And with 12:26 to go, they need to probably keep their foot on the gas.
Trailed 28-0 at halftime. Overcame a 28-0 deficit in the game last year. Williams over the middle. It's tipped up and it falls onto the turf. Nearly an interception for Malachi McNeil, the reigning National Defensive Player of the Week.
Great protection for DJ Williams, and just that little tip right there.
It was Devereaux. I mean, how many times have we called his name?
And he's a player now, making plays. The good ones find ways to make plays in all situations. He just did right there.
Williams needs to make a play here, and Chapman is popped. Hello, Avery Scott. How do you do? Fourth down.
As I said earlier, they're really good in space. They tackle well in space. They don't give you much room to do much after the catch.
So they'll give him a yard. Makes it 4th and 7. SIU 2 for 3 today on 4th down. Williams, look out! It's Scott, can't wrap him up. Williams throws, incomplete. Avery Scott, a game wrecker. What a response by North Dakota after the onside kick.
That was a possible big momentum swing with the score and the onside to come back like that and then get pressure off the edge. Boy, that's something that's been really good for them today, is bringing that edge rush to that other guy that's not accounted for. Big time play. He's had a heck of a game.
And looking at that replay, you do want to tip your cap to DJ Williams. I think of all the guys, he threw to the right guy. There was some space there, but that's a really hard throw to make.
That's a really tough throw to make with a guy in your face like that.
So no points after the onside kick. 11 minutes to go. Now it's SIU's defense's turn to try and get something going. All kinds of motion everywhere. Ball ends up with Lagama. He stays up, but pushed back. No gain on first down. And now, Kerry, what kind of adjustments do you have to make as a defense, knowing that the score is like this?
Well, I think that you know they want to run the football. So you're going to have to put more people in the box. You're going to bring, step your linebackers up, get a defensive back or a safety down into that box a little better. Take that 4-2, make it a 4-3, and force them to throw the ball. Just don't let them have the run.
Lagama gets the run. First down.
This is exactly what they want to do. Keep the ball on the ground, move the chains, use the clock. Salukis got two opponents right now, and that's North Dakota and that clock. And got to do something to slow that running game down and force them to throw it.
Charles Lagama, the freshman, getting some carries for North Dakota today. Lee in it back now. He takes the pitch, moves it forward before he is leveled.
Larry, I'm just real impressed with the confidence they have in so many players. There's a lot of coaches that just don't have the confidence in key situations to give the ball to one of 4 different running backs or throw the ball to one of, well, you said earlier, 8 different receivers. I mean, this is something that was going to pay dividends for them as the season progresses. And as you get injuries and different things happening, they're ready to have the next man up.
7 rushers, 7 receivers today. Business as usual for Jerry Kaminsky. He's a charitable guy. Keeps it on the ground. Langama again. Langama, the freshman, swimming to stay on his feet. Nasty stiff arm. Deep into SIU territory. Holy cow.
Yeah, all of a sudden they bring this guy out, and all of a sudden fresh legs, and we just keep seeing this over and over, different people.
How's this for a first impression?
They found another tool in the toolbox. You know, when you talk about Jerry Kaminsky, and his stats are not going to blow anybody away in this ball game, but I've been really impressed with his ball handling, the management of the game. He's really looked good.
Let's see if they keep it with the hot hand. They do. Langama whirling dervish down inside the 2.
Charles Langama on the carry. Tripped up by Shook Walker.
Out of Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Second and goal from the Saluki 3.
It was Seidel with 4 touchdowns, 3 of them in the first half, 1 in the second half. Langama the sidecar. Hard count, low snap. Langama breaks the first tackle, but can't break the second one. Ben Fiegel gets the job done, brings up 3rd and goal.
Ben Fiegel again. You know, he's had a great ball game considering all the things they've gone up against. He's been all over the football field. And I noticed that North Dakota oftentimes is using 2 and 3 tight end sets, getting a lot of blockers on the field. That is a great job getting a tackle from behind the line of scrimmage against a really good back.
14th tackle today for Ben Fiegel, sophomore out of Batavia.
You said that tight end room was crowded. They got a lot of guys they're working in there.
Play action, Kaminsky throwing to the tight end. Complete, but for a loss. Catch for Mason South. So SIU's defense bends, but it does not break. And it'll be a very short field goal try coming up for North Dakota.
Yeah, and the big thing is they used, 4 or 5 minutes off the clock. Again, that's part of what the Salukis are up against, is that clock down to 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
That was Vinny Pierre in on the tackles. Good to see him back there for
good
SIU.
To see. That's right.
Loffman, line drive try, just about perfect. 22-yarder sends us to break. North Dakota putting on an offensive clinic. boots it through, makes it a 38-13 game. This one all but wrapped up. It's going to be a signature win and then some for North Dakota in the MVFC Game of the Week. Thanks for sticking around with us on your Saturday. Touchback for Loftman. Good day for him with C.J. Elricks, the usual kicker, down for North Dakota. So DJ Williams and company are going to come back out, Kerry, and now it's a spot where you're just looking for something to hang your hat on.
Yeah, they struggled last week in the second half against North Dakota State. They struggled in the first half today against North Dakota. They have played better in the second half today. And I think that they got to leave here with something they can, as you said, hang their hat on, something they can get in that locker room and say, hey, this is a springboard to the next week.
Here's Chapman, not going down easy, never does. Lurches across the yard to gain.
One of the keys to the game we talked about at the beginning was limiting SIU's big plays because they've been known for that, and they have certainly done that today.
Salukis' longest run today is 17 yards. Their longest through the air is 34. Tay Mario stays up, shimmies forward, splits two more tacklers. That's about the hardest 4-yard gain you'll see on TV today.
I bragged on their open field tackling, but he kind of made him look silly there a little bit for the first time today. He was avoiding a lot of different guys, and you said that's a tough 4 yards right there.
Williams throws that out route, and it's complete. Jay Jones, another first down.
They've worked that out route pretty hard today, and that's a long throw across the field. But he's got the arm to do it, and that's something you can tell they thought in game planning that was going to be there.
Seen a lot of that. Not many deep shots from Williams and company today. Chapman, spin cycle. 12 yards on first down. Chandler Chapman is warmed up. Sent his mouth guard flying to a different zip code. One of his teammates had to pick it up for him.
12.
Williams over the middle, completes.
That's
Fabian McCray.
Good concept. They run a mesh concept with inside receivers. They sit a guy right in the middle, right behind them. A lot of times you get linebackers chasing those crossers, and you got a guy sitting there wide open. Nice concept.
Williams, more time. Up in the pocket, chucks to the end zone, batted around, and it drops. Tay Mario was the only one in the area. There were 3 fighting Hawks surrounding it.
He had a chance at that earlier, a 4-vert concept. He had a chance earlier, but I think he was forced up out of the pocket, and that kind of threw the timing off. He had to throw it late.
There you saw head coach Eric Schmidt, and what a job he has done to make this team competitive in his first year as a head coach. They brought back a lot from last year's team that lost 5 straight games to end the season. But the upside was there last year, and now you're seeing that come to fruition. Flag is down.
One of the things I noticed, Larry, is that not a lot of penalties, turnovers, minimal. They don't really hurt themselves. I mean,
5-yard penalty, second down. Please reset the game. 4:27. Thank you.
False start there on Harden.
And that really is what you have to do to compete in the Missouri Valley Conference. Is you can't beat yourself. Your opponents are tough enough. You just can't make mistakes and keep hurting yourself. And of course, they're not doing that. And we've seen that on film. We see it today.
Turnover bug has kind of caught SIU lately. 3 last week, 2 this week. Williams had it batted up, diving effort, and it falls. Vengrowski almost brought it in. 3rd down and long.
You jumped on that batted ball bandwagon earlier, and it's made a difference. I mean, they've really been in there. If they can't get to him, they've got their hands up, and they've taken away some passing lanes.
3rd and 15 from the 32.
3rd and 15. Lukey's looking for a confidence-building drive finisher. Williams throws up the fade, battle for it, broken up. He was looking for Jackson Parker. Grant Noland says, no, sir.
Grant Nolan defending.
Don't know if that was an attempt at a back shoulder throw. Kind of looked like it might have been. Thought he had it just for a moment. Yeah, look, probably a back shoulder concept, and great job, great coverage.
Not a bad throw by any means. Had it in his hands. Fourth and long. Could be the last play of the ball game for SIU's offense. Williams hoping not. Hit as he throws. And there is a flag down. There is a helmet. Now we've got 2 flags down. So we'll see. Baju was the man who laid the hit on Williams. 88. Looks like maybe up near the head.
Number 8, he lost his helmet. Participant play. By rule, that's a personal foul. Number 88, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Now the mic was kind of cutting in and out. He took his own helmet off? Or he continued the play after he lost his helmet.
Right. You don't see it called very often, but he lost his helmet and continued the play, and you're not allowed to do that, which is really hard for a player to shut down in pursuit of the quarterback because your helmet came off. But I get it. They're trying to protect him.
So the drive is extended. Pass to Robinson. And he is spun down. Caden Vig, one of the edge rushers, gets off the edge. A guy who has really worked hard to change his body for North Dakota. He's taken things to another level. Williams throws in the area of Robinson again. Incomplete.
Williams pass intended for Edward Robinson, incomplete.
Plays like that and moments like this, important for a guy like Edward Robinson, who had a tough mistake earlier in the game with that fumble deep in North Dakota territory. Probably gotten a little bit of confidence back.
Yeah, I would love to see him make a play here. I'm sure he would, leave this field feeling better about himself if he could make something happen here late in the game.
Defense looked like it jumped. Williams for the end zone. Incomplete. Was again looking for Jackson Parker.
That ball really hung up a long time, gave them time to the secondary, gave them time to close on it. The ball may need to come out a little bit sooner.
Avery Scott in coverage.
Said that name a lot today.
Yep. Fourth down again. 4th down and 8. Chapman, the running back. Goes into pass pro. Williams finds a wide open Tay Mario for the first down. Hey, Tay Mario Jr., it seems like the Salukis have tried to get him going in space. When they do, he can be dangerous.
Yeah, they trust him, in the special teams game, and he's got that elusiveness. We've seen it in this drive right here, but love to see the fight in the team that's down and kind of out, still playing hard.
Chapman seeking his second touchdown today.
Again, I know it sounds crazy to some people, but if you can score here and leave here with a feeling that we made some progress in the second half, we're back on track, it can pay dividends next week.
Williams rolls out, throws on the run, off the hands. That was Mario again. 3rd and goal. Just not enough time left on the clock for SIU. And a lopsided score. And again, in case you've just flipped us on, North Dakota opened up a 28-0 lead at the half. 3 touchdowns in the first half from Sawyer Seidel. He's got 4 total. Chapman is snowed under. It'll be 4th and goal.
Those between the tackle runs, Larry, have been so tough all day. Just not a lot of room for the Salukis to penetrate that front line of North Dakota. They've done a super job of forcing SIU to do things on the perimeter.
We might hit the 2-minute timeout here, but the coaching staff for North Dakota talked about moving from an odd front to an even front. That's not easy on returning players, but this defensive line group has done such a good job with it. Williams trying to beat him, and this time he will. Touchdown, SIU. That's Mario.
Well, Coach Hill's got to feel better about the second half. Again, doing the sprint out, change the pocket location, got a wide open guy, and it's been a much better Saluki second half. Just too much of a gap in the first half, giving up 28 points. It's just a tough hill to climb against anybody, especially a good football team.
Well, to put it into context, we've mentioned that Youngstown State game from last year a few times. That 28-point deficit, that was the biggest comeback in school history.
Sure.
That's a once in every 50 seasons happenstance.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to do that.
No, because everything has to go your way, and there has to be not only you have to play well, but there has to be a total collapse by the other team.
And this North Dakota team, probably a little bit better than last year's Youngstown State team with regards to the Penguins. False start on the 2-point attempt.
I've always felt the toughest teams to come back against are teams that could run the football, because you need possessions to make a comeback, and they just keep using the clock and grinding out first downs. And that really makes it difficult to get your hands back on the ball and keep that rhythm and keep that momentum.
A little confusion in SIU's huddle getting the play call. Here we go. Rush coming. Williams had almost no time. Almost a one-handed catch for Mario, but Zach Lewis knocked his block off before that could happen. 38-19 is going to be the score at the 2-minute break.
Physicality really stands out in a game like this. You're watching a team that's very physical in almost every phase, whether their receivers are blocking or whether they're offensive line, D-line. They're a very physical football team, and they've shown that today.
Well, we listened to Nick Hill talk a lot about response and the mental side of the game, and he talked about it in our conversation this week. Adversity is going to hit you throughout a football season. It comes in a lot of different forms, and now SIU looking at back-to-back losses after an incredible start to the year.
Well, football is nothing but adversity. I mean, you play in inclement weather, whether it's rain or snow or wind. You've got adversity with a good opponent. You've got adversity with good coaches that have schemes against you. The ball itself is adverse, Larry. It's shaped funny, and it's a challenge. The football is a constant battle against adversity, and Nick Hill believes he has helped prepare his teams for moments like this 0-2 midseason slump. He feels like they prepared for this in the offseason by the culture he's built here. Next week's response will be a make-or-break response for their season.
Absolutely will be, and we mentioned at the very top of the show, this could be a swing game between two teams looking for a signature win for that playoff resume. You look at the remaining schedule for SIU. On the road at Youngstown State, going to be a big one. On the road at Illinois State in the final game of the season. That's also going to be huge. Those are games that SIU is going to need to win to get in. Backup quarterback in ball game now for North Dakota. It's Javance Tupuola Johnson, transferred in from San Diego State with Eric Schmidt. 2-minute timeout. North Dakota putting the cherry on top of perhaps their best performance of the year. Out of the 2-minute timeout, North Dakota keeps it on the ground with Colton Brunell. First time we've seen him on the field today. Back-to-back carries for him. The give from Tupuola Johnson. And the Salukis will take their timeout. Can't take them with you. Might as well try and get the football back here.
North Dakota making a whole bunch of changes, which, you know, great time to get guys in the game who maybe haven't had a chance to play and get your starters off the field and get to look at some guys that pay the dues every week in practice, and now this is their chance to get some playing time.
Well, I mean, it is important, and you look at what's even happened today. Parson going down, Pierre going down earlier. He's since returned. You look at the linebacker room, a guy like Ben Fiegel and guys like Stephen Green needing to get in. You never know who you're going to need. So after SIU's timeout, second down, it's Brunell keeping the legs moving across the Saluki head, close to the line to gain. It's going to be third down and short. And timeout SIU again. Look, if I'm South Dakota State, North Dakota State on the upcoming schedule for North Dakota, this is a team that has shown it can perform with the best of the best. If they play like they have today, they could very well beat and at least compete with those two teams.
Yeah, and I feel like when you play those teams, you can't make mistakes, you can't have penalties, you can't have turnovers, and you got to be able to run the football and then be able to set up that run with play action. They check every box. They really do. They check the boxes I think that you need to check to compete against the teams that we consider the top one or two teams in the Missouri Valley. And so I think that's something in their favor. Now, you got to perform it, you got to do it, you know, come game time. But on paper, I think they match up well against those teams.
Brunell spins forward. First down, moves the chains. And that'll about do it for this ball game. North Dakota can take some knees, and SIU will probably save that last timeout. They will go into victory formation. What a performance by the boys from Grand Forks today. A grand return to Carbondale for Eric Schmidt. Coming back to his old stomping grounds where he spent some time as a defensive assistant, and he came up with a defensive masterclass today. 79 rush yards for Bo Brungard last week. How about 3 rush yards for DJ Williams, the Salukis quarterback today?
You do that defensively against SIU, you got a pretty good chance of winning the game. And a lot of credit goes to Eric Schmidt. Travis Steps, former SIU coach that I got to know when he was here. Trevor Olson, offensive line coach, also got to know him when he was here. All on that staff. DJ Davis, watching him play. Congratulations to their staff for a great job. And to Nick Hill and his staff, got to face the adversity and battle back and get back on the right track next week.
You see the two coaches exchange handshakes. There's going to be a lot of handshakes to go around. Two staffs that have been intertwined for a very, very long time, since the mid-2000s. 38-19 the final score in the MVFC Game of the Week. North Dakota ranked 9th. They might climb a little bit more after an all-out performance today.
We cannot wait to see you again for homecoming.
We'll step aside for a break and come back with some post-game coverage and perhaps an interview with Eli Hoover.
As far as I can go.
Eli Hoover is standing by with the man who had 4 touchdowns today for North Dakota, Sawyer Seidel.
Yeah, Sawyer, I'm a very easy player of the game choice today. 4 touchdowns, career high. What made it happen where you could get that many yards, that many touchdowns today?
It makes it easy having a great O-line like I have. So, all props to them. Me, my performance, I couldn't do that without them, and the great play calling by our offensive coordinator.
You're up 28-0 going into halftime. What's the message in the locker room to make sure that you keep that energy up and make sure you don't take the foot off the gas?
We always talk about the middle 8, so trying to come out at half, come out fast. We came out with the 3 and out, but we still kept trying to keep the momentum with us the entire game. So happy that we still next drive we ended up coming back down and scoring.
So you still have a couple top 5 matchups on schedule. What does it do for your conference winning a top 10 game on the road this week heading into those matchups in the coming weeks?
It's always big to win on the road against a ranked or non-ranked opponent. So, with us, it gives us a lot of confidence knowing that, we can go anywhere and play.
I appreciate you, Sawyer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Kerry, if Sawyer Seidel runs the ball like he did today, if North Dakota runs the ball like they did today, they can beat anybody.
Yeah, this game came down really to the statistics. It came down to 2 things. SIU's rushing yards and North Dakota's rushing yards. That's the difference in this ball game. You can throw everything else out. They dominated up front. They ran the ball. SIU had trouble doing it, and that's what happened.
That'll do it for our MVFC Game of the Week. For Kerry Martin and Eli Hoover, I'm Larry Larson saying so long from Little Egypt, where the final score is 38-19 North Dakota. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other productions on our ESPN family of networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. So long, everybody.